Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks for joining. I hope your day is going great. Give me a few minutes to share this and we will get started. Today I'm sharing on what is your belief system, because the belief system is what actually limits us. The belief system is what we've been conditioned with. The belief system is what allows us to repeat patterns without learning something new. It may be life, it may be a relationship issue, but when your belief system is so limited based on those that you sometimes surround yourself with, and they also have the same belief system, it becomes difficult for you to shift your mindset to learn something new. Let me say that one more time. When your belief system is limited and also influenced by the people that you surround yourself with, it becomes very difficult to learn something new or to see something from, hi Val, thanks for joining from Australia, to see something from a different perspective. With a relationship, it may be that you have been in one or two relationships and those relationships had similar patterns. And because of the similar patterns with the relationships, you begin to believe that every man or every woman is the same. The belief system becomes conditioned by circumstances or situations that we find ourselves in, and so we become limited in thinking outside of that belief system and being able to process our thoughts outside of that belief system. For example, you may have a friend. Hi Soji, thanks for joining from the UK. You may have a relationship or a partner who thinks like you, acts like you, and you begin to become conditioned based on what the relationship that you have. It's like growing up in a house as a child. We become conditioned with our parents' beliefs. Their beliefs may be true, their beliefs may not be true, but that's what we become conditioned with, and that's all we know, because again, that's the center of what we're learning from. We may go out and learn other things, but come back and they further condition us to believe what they want us to believe, and we discard everything that we learn from outside. The belief system is what limits us from getting outside the comfort zone that we're in and taking a chance at growing or learning something new. Your belief system may be, I don't need to read a book. I don't need to get outside this box. I don't need to learn anything else. Your belief system makes you think, this partner, when I meet this partner in a relationship, this partner is going to meet my needs because this is what I want. Or I'm going to go to this coach and this coach is going to meet my needs because this is what I believe. But it's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true. You have to be open to learn something new for you to actually change your mindset. And when you limit your belief system, what happens is, like I've said in my quote, until you learn the lessons, you will continue to repeat patterns. That's what the belief system does to us. It allows us to keep repeating patterns until we're ready to learn something new. Your belief system will make you go after a set of people that you think will be the best partners for you in a relationship. But those may not necessarily be what will work out best for you. Your belief system makes you become disappointed when somebody is trying to bring a new perspective to your mind, to your thought process, so that you can learn something new, but you choose to walk away because you feel disappointed. Disappointment happens because we're not ready to learn from life. We're not ready to learn something new. We're not opened. We're closed because of our limited beliefs. Limited beliefs only rob us of the blessings that are meant for us when we refuse to shift our mindset to learning something new. Limited beliefs will make you repeat patterns because it's been what we've been conditioned with. Conditioning of the mind does not make you become transformed. It makes you become limited. It makes you choose to surround yourself with people that have the same limited beliefs and feel comfortable in their zone. Let me say that one more time. Limited beliefs allow you to continue to surround yourself with people that have the same limited beliefs and make you not see anything outside of that zone because that is where you're comfortable in. But when you're ready to make a shift and allow your life to become changed, you begin to shift. Let's take a look, for example, in life. A mango, you plant a seed. The seed does not remain the seed because he knows he has to grow into a tree. But when you try to limit the growth, you may decide not to feed it. The roots still continue to spread. And when the roots may hit another plant in the same environment, the one that dominates with the growth begins to push out the one that is not really, growing at that pace. For example, you may have a shrub that's growing next to a tree, and the shrub begins to die off because the tree is continuously spreading the roots within that region. It's the same with our mindset. You don't grow until you learn to spread your wings. The birds can't fly until the mama bird takes it, drops it in the air, and it begins to learn on its own to flex its wings and begin to fly. We don't grow until we come to learn and step outside of the conditioned mind and the limited beliefs that we have and begin to learn something new. We may repeat the cycle until we're ready to learn that lesson. We may repeat the cycle until we're ready to see from a different perspective. But as long as your limited belief makes you focus on just the perspective that you know, there will be no growth. You will end up becoming disappointed a lot. That's why most of us are disappointed in life. I go to someone as a coach, or I go to someone on a relationship, and I believe this person is my rescuer. This person is going to be my lifesaver. This person is going to be the partner that I need because that is my belief. But I get into a relationship and begin to see we're not compatible. But I want to stay with this person because this is my belief that this person will make it work. But that may not be the person for you. That may just be the person in the relationship that is going to teach you the things you need to learn in that phase of your life so that when you get to the next phase, you don't repeat the patterns. The reason why people stay in abusive relationships is because of their belief system. They believe, I'm meant for this person, but the beliefs are based on the experiences that have conditioned their minds. You may have had a traumatic experience in life, and because the pain has not healed, your limited belief leads you to go into a relationship with someone who has that similar pattern that you've experienced if it's an abusive relationship. And because those things attract, pain always attracts pain. Attraction. And when you're attracted to what looks like what you just left because of your limited belief that's not making you see the warning signs, the red flags, you find yourself again in the same similar relationship and you become further broken, but you haven't yet learned the lesson to see that there is something within you that has the need to grow, to become bigger, to become better. And so you keep repeating cycles based on your belief system. The belief system is the only reason why we get disappointed. The belief system is the only reason why we don't learn. The belief system is the only reason why we don't grow because of the conditioning of our minds based on what we know. But to be able to move and shift your mindset, you have to be open to a different perspective. There are 10 ways to skin a cat. You cannot just focus on one way that you know. You have to learn the other way. I watched a video on Facebook yesterday, viral video about a child who, had fun climbing out. The parents had doubled the security gate to prevent this child from climbing, but this child saw it as fun to learn to climb to the other side. Not all children will pick that up. Some children will end up staying behind that gate and cry all day because they don't know how to get out. But this child decided to master how to climb through both gates, get up high, and find himself down, and wanted to be repeating it because he found it exciting. And that's the way it is in life. If we stay behind the gate and we don't learn anything from behind the gate, we don't learn how to climb out from behind the gate, we would only end up disappointed and find ourselves crying. But when we begin to push ourselves beyond that gate, we learn to climb the first one, the second one, the third one, and we can only continue to become better in life. Our belief systems are based on the environment that we grew up in. Our belief system does not have to be what that environment teaches us. Life is about learning and, collaborating with other people. If you're used to just your tribe, if you're used to just your culture, if you're used to eating the food from your culture, you will never learn about another culture. And that would only limit you to what your culture knows and not what another culture does. And without you learning what another culture does, you will not learn about other people and how you can relate with them. The belief system is what is really causing so much chaos in the world today because it's limited. The belief system makes you become fearful about things that you don't need to be fearful about. It limits you to say every man and every woman is the same. I've tried 2 relationships and the relationship patterns are the same. But that is your belief system. Have you tried to step outside that belief system to explore partners that are not within your comfort zone? Have you tried to learn something new on the job that you think you're getting frustrated at that will help you on the next phase of your journey in life? Most people say, I don't like my job. But that's your belief system because you believe you're not supposed, there's something that you don't want to learn and you don't want to grow. And so you think that everybody there may be against you, but that is your limited belief. The same thing in a relationship. I was speaking to someone yesterday and she said, my partner always abuses me. And I said, why do you think you're supposed to be there? This is they're still dating. And she said, I'm in love with him. I said, that's your belief. Do you think love will be violent to hurt you and harm you and still keep you in that space of pain than free you? Because love is about freedom. And she said, this is all I know. And I said, well, sometimes you have to unlearn what you know to learn what you don't know. Because what you know is what limits your belief. And what you don't know is what makes you become unlimited. What you don't know is what makes you spread your wings and move beyond where you are to where you need to be. God never designed us to be stuck in life. He gave us the free will to grow, to expand. If you're not finding a partner in a particular place, I had spoken to someone last week about this as well. If you're not finding a partner in a particular place you're accustomed to, you have to take a trip. What if the partner God meant for you is not in that zone you're comfortable in? What if your partner, you may be in the US and your partner may be in Canada, but because you haven't been to Canada, you haven't had the opportunity to meet that partner. And so you think you're destined not to be in a relationship. That's a limited belief. The belief system has to constantly unlearn, learn over again for you to be able to grow and move beyond where you are. So my question and challenge for you today is, what do you believe? And how is that belief limiting you from getting beyond where you are to where you need to be? What is that belief that is holding you back from reaching your goals and accomplishing milestones? What is that thing that you believe that is holding you back from having the relationship you truly deserve? What is that belief that is preventing you from growing and becoming better? You know it. Nobody else does, but you know it. And until you're ready to make a shift in your mindset, until you're ready to unlearn and learn something new, until you're ready to move yourself and say to yourself, I need to unlearn, I need to grow, I am determined to get into the support group that will help me make my mind shift and change my life and change my story. And when you begin to do, your circle will change. Your circle of friends, your circle of those you surround yourself with will change because, again, you need to grow. And trees, like I've said in my quote, trees do not bend back to become shrubs. Trees continue to grow taller. And the only reason why they grow taller is they push. They continue to push for growth. We also can do it. A baby is carried for 9 months. But as the baby is carried for 9 months, the baby does not remain that tiny fetus that was the original starting point, but it grows to become a baby that is born, growing into a toddler, growing into a teenager, growing into a young adult, an adolescent, and eventually a grown-up. Stages and phases of life. Your belief system cannot limit you if you're determined to grow. You have to push yourself beyond that system and say to yourself, it is time for me to begin to move, to be the light that I am created to be. You were born to shine. Never let anyone dim your light. Never let somebody's belief system dim your light, but you also have to be open to moving beyond what you know, on learning to learn so that you can grow. Don't limit yourself. The world is a place where you can really flourish if you're open and you're ready to change your mindset to learn and unlearn and learn again. Life is very simple. We make it complicated. Life is very beautiful when we learn to move from where we are to where we need to be. Never let your belief system limit you from getting outside the comfort zone, because the belief system is only in a place where we allow fear and illusions to be created. Every day is a brand new day to change your mindset, to change your story, to change your life, to become better. Not remain bitter or resentful, but to grow while you still have the chance. If there are questions, I'll take your questions so I can help you move forward in life. If there are no questions, I will log on back on later on to review the comments in this thread, and I will be more than willing to support you. You can inbox me if you have questions and don't want to share them on my wall on Facebook, and I'll be more than willing to render support to you. We are in 2017. We're starting February tomorrow. A month gone, 31 days already out of 365 days. You can begin to make your story a new one and close the chapter to the old one so that your life can become better, not remain bitter. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.